Talktainment Radio Worldwide Sound. Talktainmentradio.com. We give you a reason to come. The world's greatest radio. We give you a reason to stay. Radio, the way it should be heard. You got the power.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Live call-in talk show. Dial 1-877-932-9766 and join the conversation here on TalkTainmentRadio.com.
Welcome to New Money, where imagination meets creativity and technology, with your hosts, Lady J and Drew, where we're all about social media and making money online.
Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Heard only on TalkTainmentRadio.com.
Radio, the way it should be heard.
All right, let's make some money. Evening. It's the show New Money, and I'm your host, Lady J, and I got my buddy, my friend, my co-host, the Drew, the brother, the Casanova, the player, the something. Are you over there or something?
I believe I'm still here, holding it down.
So how are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Oh, we just had Love Day, President's Day, and a whole lot of hell.
Yeah, we did, unfortunately. You know what? That's America. America, you have your highs, you have your lows. If you want to go on a roller coaster ride, this is the country to be a part of. It's America. So, if you want a boring country, I would have told you to move to Sweden, but now Sweden's even having their issues. Not to take sides, but I've heard them complaining about, they have an immigration issue now, too. And so their crime rate has gone up.
Oh, wow.
So I would have said if you wanted to go somewhere boring, go to Sweden. Now I can't say that because now they are starting to have their issues. So, you got to find a pocket in paradise somewhere. Maybe you have to be a hermit somewhere. Okay?
You can go to Antigua.
Go to Cousinville, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Where you're related to everybody. And the most controversial thing is marrying your cousin. And to be honest, in West Virginia, that's not controversial. So, that's probably one of the last few pockets that you can find where you don't have this excitement going on.
So you said Cousinville.
Cousinville, West Virginia, which technically is the whole state. It's still
legal
to marry your cousin.
That's not true.
Are you saying that you can't marry your cousin in West Virginia?
I'm saying that's a myth, dear.
That's a myth. I've seen The Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2, and I've seen All the Wrong Turns. It's like 5 of them. They all are filmed in West Virginia.
Well,
and as ugly and deformed as those things they have to be related. Like his cousins sleeping with, mom and daddy are cousins. They have kids, right?
You can't.
So the kids sleep together. And then those kids sleep together.
No, you can't do that because you're talking to a relative, to a West Virginian.
And you saying that out loud.
Well, yes, because
with pride.
Because I know I love my Beckley and Charleston and Bluefield people.
Wow. Okay.
And I know that we's cousins, but not in the way you think we got.
Bluefield. Miles Davis. Is it Miles Davis? Bluefield?
I believe so.
Yeah. Bluefield has redeeming qualities, so we have to give the state of West Virginia a pass.
They have beautiful blue mountains.
Yeah. I thought the Blue Ridge Mountains was in North Carolina. Is part of the mountain range in West Virginia?
A little bit blue.
Is it just the mountains are blue?
Just a little blue.
Okay, all right.
And the skies are blue too.
All right. Well, at least the skies are blue somewhere. So we are here. We are back. Last week we talked about Stop Ducking Sales. And it's Stop Ducking Sales Part 2.
Part 2.
We kind of left you guys
hanging
on some crucial information. But before we get there,
I want to talk about an expose, and we have a somewhat sort of controversial, not quite, thing to talk about. Number one, Quincy Jones, you all know he's the music mogul who has produced such hits for Michael Jackson, Cyndi Lauper, among others, Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen, just a number of people. He did an interview recently in Vulture magazine, and as they say these days, he spilled the tea on quite a few people who, fortunately but unfortunately, are all deceased. So I guess it's sort of okay for him at 84 years old to let his mouth be a little loose in this conversation. So he has some interesting things to say about Richard Pryor, Michael Jackson, James Baldwin, and Marlon Brando, who he all shared had some interesting relations with each other. Well, okay, let me clear that up. Richard Pryor, reportedly, according to Quincy Jones, had relations with James Baldwin and Marlon Brando. Okay. And he said Michael Jackson is a glorified musical thief. And he feels like he knows why Michael kept changing his face every 5 years.
Let me say this, and I know there's more to the expose than that.
Yes.
So let's just talk about the Michael Jackson one first. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Quincy Jones, okay? Mm-hmm. I would vote for, if I had to choose between Michael's credibility versus Quincy Jones' credibility, I'm going with Quincy all day. Mm-hmm. So if Quincy Jones called Michael Jackson a music thief, he a music thief, in my opinion. Now, I want you to tell me more about what specifically did he say when he called Michael a music thief.
Well,
tell me what specifically
according to Quincy Jones, Michael had an issue with paying people their fair share for what little or big they did with a song.
Okay.
So, like, for example, there was a section in Billie Jean where someone else helped write or arrange some part of the song. Okay. And he didn't want to pay the guy the little 10% that he was owed for his part in the song. Same thing with Thriller, same thing with, I think, a couple other songs. And even when it came to getting that Beatles catalog, he really went hard for that. And maybe not completely all fair.
Let's go back. The Beatles catalog doesn't count as theft because that was purchased. So let's go back to what you were saying.
So songs like Beat It, Billie Jean, Can't Stop Till You Get Enough are all songs where someone else helped with some part of the production or arrangement along with Quincy Jones.
Tell me specifically what he said about Billie Jean, because I remember him saying something about Billie Jean. Tell me that story.
There's a guy, I believe his name is Greg. I can't think of his last name, but he helped either arrange or some portion of the production. And he was probably owed at least 10 to 15% of the credit for how Billie Jean turned out and as it comes to the songwriting, the producing, and arranging of the song, the format of the song. And Michael didn't want to pay him.
Okay. How was that issue resolved? So he took Michael to court. What happened?
See, he didn't really say. He just gave an example. Also, again, if you listen to Can't Stop Till You Get Enough, there's certain lines in there that were writings that were borrowed from somewhere else where Michael should have given that person a check for using their stuff, and he did not. Kept all the money to sell the song for himself.
I thought that it was resolved by Michael giving him a commercial spot or some kind of thing in the video.
It was something like when he got to do a cameo of some sort in the video.
Okay, so Michael never paid him royalties if I read correctly.
Correct.
Okay, so but Quincy said in that same interview, Quincy said he told Michael to pay the guy. Yes. That's the significance of it right there.
Oh, yeah. He said, man, you need to pay the guy. Blah, 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 blah. And Michael didn't want to pay the guy, but he told him to. He was adamant. He said, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. This guy did this. This guy did that. You need to give him what was owed. Even though it's 10%, you still have the bulk of the money. Michael wouldn't do it.
Okay, so until you told me that part, and I'm just sharing this with you guys that's listening, until Lady J shared that part with me, my thought process was, well, if you knew he was a thief, what stops you from being a co-conspirator? What stops you from aiding and abetting him? Mm-hmm. But he separated himself by saying, I told Michael to pay them.
Correct.
But my thing, Quincy, if you knew that Michael was stealing, why? Okay, this is a stupid question, but still, from an ethical standpoint, why did you keep? From a financial standpoint, I understand why you kept working with Michael. From an ethical standpoint, if you thought he was a thief, why did you keep working with him? Why didn't you insist on Michael paying him instead of ask? Why didn't you demand? Did you have enough credibility, which I assume you did, with Michael
Well,
that Michael would listen to.
Maybe you should call Q and ask Q that yourself.
No, I'm just saying, if you're going to turn Michael in for stealing, what part did you play in it?
That's a question remain to be seen. Now,
very easy for us in hindsight to take ourselves and make it look like we had nothing to do it. So Lady J and I rob a bank together and we get caught. The first thing that I'm going to say is I didn't shoot the security guard. So that's what Quincy Jones is saying. I didn't do it. Yes, I was in on the bank robbery, but Michael pulled the trigger. Michael was the brains. That's what he's saying. So he's absolving himself of having anything to do with it. If you had the knowledge, Quincy, that Michael was stealing, the influence that you had with Michael, why didn't you say, I won't work with you until you make this right? Because if this guy sues, couldn't he in essence come after Quincy too? Anybody that had parts to do with the production of that song, wouldn't they, if they lost in court, have to give up some of their profit?
That's a possibility, but again, that was not spilled as part of the tea that was spilled. Now, can we move on to the next flavor of tea?
No. Let's stay on the same flavor of tea.
But this is the same story, next flavor in the same story.
All right.
So next, we got Richard Pryor, Marlon Brando, and James Baldwin. According to Quincy Jones, Richard Pryor had relations with those two men.
Richard Pryor.
Yes, Richard
had
Pryor.
Relations. Now, he had relations.
Okay,
so relations with those two men. So I'm trying to figure out what relations are. So are we talking about they're related as their cousins, or are they related as half brothers?
No.
Like Richard Pryor's daddy was creeping on his mama, and Marlon Brando's mama, Richard Pryor was kind of hooking up with, and they cousins, half brothers. Or are we talking relations like in The Nutty Professor when Jada Pinkett Smith is sitting with Sherman? And the daddy and mom and the brother, I think his name was Ernest, and they're sitting at the table. And they were like, are you, you guys, how long you been dating or whatever? It's been a while since I've seen it. And in a nutshell, at the Nutty Professor, they say, they imply that they're colleagues. They say, oh, well, we're colleagues. That's what Sherman said.
Yes.
And colleagues. So Ernest was like, colleagues, huh? Colleagues. And then the grandma was like, yeah, me and your grandfather was colleagues. And the next thing you know, we was a pumping and a sweating in the shed. So, and then she started talking about, which grossed everybody out. Okay, rightfully so.
Let me stop
you.
Let me stop
Hold on, let me finish.
Let me stop
that they were having relations in the shed.
So let me stop you.
Is that the kind of relations you talking about?
Yes, that would be the kind.
Time out. Stop the presses. So are you saying?
I'll repeat down in portfolio. Yes, I'll repeat. Relations.
Are you saying that Quincy Jones said that his mama's sister's best friend's roommate's dog babysitter said Richard Pryor and Marlon the Godfather, I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse? Are you telling me the Godfather had relations with arguably one of the funniest comedians, if not the funniest comedian
and don't forget about,
of all time?
Don't forget about Marlon Brando.
I said Marlon Brando.
And Marvin Gaye.
Forget about Marvin Gaye because he got gay in his name. So that's
wait.
Forget about Marvin Gaye.
Wait. Look, if your eyes are already popping, they can pop some more. I just added Marvin Gaye.
The Godfather was gay or bisexual? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
All right, so.
And how about this? That Richard Pryor's widower knew about the relations.
Okay, widow you mean?
Yeah, widow.
Okay, so let me ask you this question before I finish making my point. Richard Pryor's daughter had an issue with it. Speak on that, and then I'm gonna hold my opinion until you tell me what Rain Pryor said.
Rain Pryor had a cow and a fit in the cow, and she couldn't wait to get on Facebook and rant and roar and rant and roar.
Rightfully so. That's her daddy.
So she went off about the fact that he had the balls and audacity to say so. She felt like at 84 years old that the only reason why he's running his mouth because his brain ain't quite right because he is 84 years old. And that he doesn't know her father like he thinks he does. And the fact that his mother, I guess her widower, Richard Pryor's wife, did not like Quincy Jones and Marlon Brando. And so it's in the fact and the other reason why she was mad because the wife knew about it and corroborated the story. She didn't like come out and say Quincy Jones was lying. She agreed with whatever he said. And so even the daughter's even pissed that the wife even is agreeing to this. And she says she's even more pissed off than anybody that's black that says they're a Richard Pryor fan or whatever, that they're even believing the garbage.
First off, let me talk to Rain. Rain, you said that anybody that believes this.
It was black.
No, I take that back. Let me I don't even want to get on that one yet. Let me go back first. Rain, you said that Quincy Jones don't know your father as well as he thinks he does. Rain, let me tell you something. There's probably a lot about your father you don't know because he must have been going through something because he named you Rain. So there's a lot about your father you don't know.
Right.
Now let me go back. Rain, did you watch JoJo Dancer? Your father's autobiography? Did you watch that? Mm-hmm. The man admitted that he had a drug problem. Okay? So let me tell you something. And I think he was on PSP, LSD, all kind of stuff. A&E, all kind of stuff. Okay? So there might have been a time or two that your father did some tipping. Let me tell you something. I'm a father. If I really did go that way, undercover, it wouldn't be something I would volunteer to my daughter. Okay? So, Rain, it could be true. Okay? And he just didn't want to tell you that.
Correct.
How many mothers tell their daughters and sons that in college I used to experiment with women?
Right.
Okay? How many fathers tell their sons and daughters that they undercover brothers?
Undercover brothers.
Okay? Now, second of all, you may not know your father. Understand, Quincy Jones knew your father before you were born, right?
Correct.
Now, I'm a Richard Pryor fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to even fathom that Richard Pryor's gay? Absolutely. As many times as Richard Pryor used the F word and the S word, Richard Pryor said sissy a lot. And he said another word that I'm not going to say because if I say it, they'll try to shut Talktainment down. So I'm not going to say it. But it starts with F and it ends with T. And it's funny because Richard Pryor told more gay jokes. I mean, Richard Pryor told a lot of gay jokes or a significant amount of gay jokes. So it's ironic. Let me say this. I don't want to believe it, but I'm not going to discredit Quincy Jones.
Correct.
Rain, if I have to choose once again between you and Quincy's credibility, I'm going to take Quincy's credibility all day.
Well, let me add something to that. Rain Pryor herself doesn't have a horn to really toot because according to the columnist who covered the story, she's got a little reputation that's not so pleasant herself.
I don't know a lot about Rain. Rain, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about you. I remember you were on TV briefly. I don't even remember what show it was. I don't know if she guest starred on a different word. I don't remember. That's how long ago it's been. I applaud you for defending your father. Honestly, all jokes put aside, I defend my father too. But Rain, before you come out to the media and get upset with Quincy, I would have called Quincy's family and gone and visited Quincy. Let me tell you something. Quincy Jones has absolutely nothing to gain by smearing or besmirching the name of your father. Okay? He has absolutely nothing to gain. He's not getting a profit. He's not making a Lifetime movie. Unlike everybody that's every time I turn around, there's a new Tupac movie, a new Biggie Smalls movie. They making money on Tupac's death and murder and legacy over and over again. But Quincy Jones is not making any money and winning any popularity contests off of this. In my opinion, it's an old man, Lady J, trying to clear his conscience.
Of course. And not just that, but I guess unfortunately somebody really came down hard on Quincy about it, because he came back and apologized for at least naming names, but he would not take back anything that he said.
Take back what he said. And so Quincy, hey, I'm gonna stick by you just like I stuck with Ralph Abernathy when Ralph Abernathy said Martin Luther King was a womanizer. I did not change my opinion of Martin. I knew Ralph Abernathy, by Martin Luther King's own words, was the best friend he ever had. And so for whatever reason, Ralph Abernathy chose to share that. How can we say we knew Dr. King better than Ralph? And I'm saying it is Black History Month. On top of that, how can we say we know Richard Pryor better than Quincy Jones did? Now, I'm going to leave you with this before you go to the next one. If it's true, and there's a lot of reason to believe Quincy's telling the truth, if it turns out to be true, do you think, Lady J, of Richard Pryor any less?
No, I don't. Because what he did in his personal life does not dispel or give away or ruin the talent that was before us while he was alive.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to share this. If you would have told me this in my teens, that Richard Pryor was gay, I probably wouldn't have supported him. I probably would have threw his records out the window, blah, blah, blah. It was a different time. We were more homophobic then. I am not telling you I support the lifestyle, but I will tell you, if we had a video, which I would not watch, of Richard Pryor sleeping with Marlon Brando or Marvin Gaye, guess what? I would still say he's one of the funniest men of all time, and I would keep his records. I would still love Richard Pryor. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. We caught Eddie Murphy in a car with a cross-dresser. It wasn't a transgender. It was a cross-dresser. Yeah. So, and you know what, Eddie? I'm still watching The Nutty Professor. I'm still watching Dr. Dolittle. I will not watch The Golden Child. I didn't like it. I still watch Beverly Hills Cop 1,
What about
2,
Coming
3.
to America?
I still will watch Coming to America, and the new Coming to America I will definitely watch whenever it ever comes out. Harlem Nights, I just watch you shoot off Della Reese's pinky toe. So whether you like your men to dress as women or not, Eddie Murphy, you still, I ain't buying your CDs. But other than that, Eddie, we still cool. So I'm not going to let that change my mind.
Well, that means you have matured, my friend. So your education is working for you.
It don't matter what somebody do in their bedroom. That's not my business.
So you didn't hear what I said. You're maturing, so that means your education is
my
working.
education is kicking in.
Yes, good job.
Thank you.
So now moving on to something a little funner. How about the release of Panther?
Yeah, Panther. I went to go see it, and I actually paid for it. I came this close to sneaking into it. I took my son to see Date Night, and I want you guys to go see that. But Panther was showing right as we was getting out of Date Night, and we had a clear path to go sneak into it. And in hindsight, the movie, I had free passes to go to see Date Night. And I felt like, okay, I already got in Date Night free. Why go ahead and jump in, Panther for free? I'm going to go ahead and support the movie. But I came this close to sneaking into it. But I'm
glad you supported it.
And I will tell you, it was a good movie. Here's my issue, Lady J.
Here's your issue.
For those of you who are talking about Panther like it's the second coming of Jesus, like it's the equivalent of us landing on the moon or discovering there's really aliens on Mars.
Oh, Lord.
It was a good movie, but those idiots who are overselling it and saying it's the greatest movie of all time, you absolutely have to see Panther. That is way overselling it. It was a good movie. The cinematography was good. The story was good. Will I rank it in my all-time top 10 movies? No. Will I rank it in my all top 10 superhero movies? No. Was it good? Yes. Is it worth seeing? Yes. Is it worth you breaking your neck to go see it like it's the greatest movie? People were rushing to see that movie like Klan members were rushing to go see The Birth of a Nation.
Well, here's where, can I interject now about why I think that is in some respect, at least in my mind? It for the kind of movie that it is, for the cast that is there, it's a pretty much an all-black cast for the most part.
Not the first all-black cast movie.
No, but
not nowhere near it.
I know that, but the thing of it is, in the fact of who we are as a people, where we feel like for a lot of us we're still trying to get to that place or coming up, we want to be supportive of, especially that first weekend where most of the money's made for a movie.
All right, let me talk to you, black folk. Peek in on the cameras, okay?
Peep in on the cameras.
I'm talking to the black folk.
Black folk.
White people, go fix yourself some coffee real quick, okay?
Okay.
You know, put some mayonnaise on a sandwich like you usually do.
Okay.
My Latino brothers and Latina sisters, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
My Asian brothers and sisters, I'm not talking about you right now.
Mm-hmm.
My Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? Right now, cool, you know, just chill out. Well, you know, count your casino money for right now. Hold on. Let me get this out.
Okay.
This is straight up. I'm talking to black folk now.
No Cherokee, no Blackfoot Indians, just
right now. I'm talking straight black folk. I'm talking to you right now.
All right, go ahead.
Let me tell you what my problem is with that type of mentality. You break your neck to go see the latest black movie. Panther is the black movie we got to go see. It wasn't that long ago. Black folk got to go see Girls Trip. It wasn't that long before that. Everybody's black got to go see Hidden Figures. Here's what I don't like about that mentality. Every time Hollywood tell you to jump, black folk, and tell you what's good, you break your neck and you go out and you watch it. What's going to be the next black movie that Hollywood tell us that we're supposed to go see? Black folk, why don't you jump out and go support your local businesses like you go support that movie? A lot of you don't support the local black caterers the way you rush out onto that movie. A lot of you don't support your local black attorneys, your local black doctors, the black neighborhoods, and the black furniture stores in your neighborhoods. You venture outside of your neighborhood, but when a black movie comes, when a black play comes, you break your neck to go see it. Why don't you break your neck to support the black coffee shop that's down the street in your own neighborhood? That's my issue, Lady J.
Now,
don't get me wrong. Panther is worth seeing. But I don't see you guys every time a black business goes out of business. Where were you then?
Well, let me at least interject this when it comes to black films. What I would like to see, I understand your point. Well, you know what? Let's stay right there. We get more about Stop Ducking Sales and about Black Panther here on TalkToMeRadio.com. It's the show New Money. Stay tuned.
For the best home fragrance and beauty products, shop Ash Kickin online.
That's ASHKICKIN.
Made with 100% natural quality ingredients and handcrafted with your family in mind, Ash Kickin products are better than those other guys. Ash Kickin candles, incense, body butter, face moisturizer, and hair moisturizer are priced just right, and you can get yours at 10% off with coupon code TALK17. Support this 100% black-owned business and get your home and body smelling and feeling all right.
That's ASHKICKIN. ASHKIN.
Shop Ash Kickin' online at www.ashkickin.com.
Live call-in talk show. Dial 1-877-932-9766 and join the conversation here on TalkTimidRadio.com.
Girlfriend, why are you in such a good mood on a Monday morning?
We just bought a foreclosed home and saved a ton of money.
A ton of money? What a blessing. Tell me how.
Well, Linco Realty specializes in selling foreclosed homes.
Linco Realty? I've heard about them on the radio. Yeah, that smart people buy foreclosed homes ad. Don't they have that website with all those vacant government and bank-owned foreclosed homes?
Yes, that's repohomelist.com. And they have lenders with purchase and repair money, even down payment assistance and credit repair.
No money down, plus purchase and repair money? What's the number?
614-375-2289. Record low interest rates make some homes cheaper than rent.
Well, Bill wants a new home. Can Linco Realty help us?
Yes, Linco Realty can sell you a new home in over 50 communities around Central Ohio. They've been in business for over 35 years.
Wow, you've really been blessed.
Yes, we have, and you can too. Call Lincoln Realty today at 614-375-2289.
Are you ready for a high school that allows you to work at a place that is right for you? Are you ready to earn a certification in healthcare, business, or manufacturing while achieving your high school diploma? Then you are ready for Life Skills High School, a free public school option for high school students 16 to 21 years old. Learn more about your free high school educational options at lifeskillshs.org or call them at 1-800-888-7992. Life Skills High School, education that fits your life.
I've got the water, energy bars, and camera. I think we're set for the hike.
Almost. We need to protect our skin. Don't forget your wide-brimmed hat and sunscreen.
All right. I've got the hat. I've got SPF 30. Will that work?
Yeah, anything 15 or higher is good. Just make sure it says broad spectrum.
Great. Got it. I am not getting burned again. Let's go.
Learn more at cdc.gov/cancer.
This is Al Edmondson, owner of a Cutter Brother Rest Barbershop. I'm calling on all barbers and beauticians. It's time for us to unite as one. We can serve our communities better together. Join the Ohio Black Barber Beauty Network. For more information, visit www.obbn.org or call 614-427-3226 to get more information. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Join our network.
If you or someone you know is abusing drugs and or alcohol and want to stop the abuse, contact APDS at 1409 East Livingston Avenue. Office hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. APDS is certified by the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services and primarily funded through the Adam H. Board. Fees are based on your income and Medicaid is always accepted. For more information, call 614-253-4448.
Every year, June marks the beginning of two busy seasons, summer and wedding season. If you are legally changing your name, you need to apply for a replacement Social Security card reflecting your new name. This is easier to fix now when you first change your name than years from now when you retire. So go to our website at www.socialsecurity.gov/SS number or call us at 1-800-772-1213, TTY 1-800-325-0778 to find out what specific documents you need to change your name and apply for a replacement card.
TalkTimidRadio.com is the show New Money, and we are back here. We were briefly wrapping up talking about the movie Panther, and my brother Drew over there was having some concerns about the support of our black entertainers, and I was going to make this quick comment that if you're going to see a black film, don't just support the high budget ones. Support even our independent films that are not necessarily quote unquote Hollywood worthy, but still are good bodies of work. I'm at least going to make that note. Does that make any sense to you?
It makes sense to me. So basically all I was saying as we were wrapping up is, you know, we go out every time Hollywood tells us to jump as black people. I don't want to say people of color because that also includes other minorities. I'm talking about black people.
Correct.
You know, you don't hear Asians, you know, every time Don the Dragon Wilson makes a film or Jet Li or Jackie Chan makes a film, it's the film that you've got to see. Stop what you're doing. You know, you know, they don't do that. They support their stuff. They support our stuff, things of that sort. But it's, you know, they realize, everyone else but us realizes Going to see Panther is not going to get you a raise on your job. It's not going to get you out of it's not going to get you an excuse and get you out of a parking ticket. I mean, a speeding ticket for speeding to go see it, okay? It's not going to get you a raise. It's not going to get you college credit. You know, take it in perspective. Yes, support them. Go out and enjoy yourself. But that same drive and energy you used to break your neck to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire and the OJs or Panther or Janet Jackson when they come in town, do that same thing for the black man that's got a dry cleaners. Not that that probably exists. I'm joking. But the black man who decided he has a dry cleaners in your neighborhood, go ahead and rush out to support him too. Okay. The woman who makes wedding cakes, you know, go out and support her business as well. It's not just Hollywood. Stop letting Hollywood tell you where to jump. Because if it was up to Hollywood, every month, a movie that we must see before we die. Every black person, you're not black if you don't go see it. Panther, number 13. If you don't see it, you're not black. We're taking your black card away. There's a female Panther. Her name is Vixen. She's in DC, where Panther is a part of Marvel. Vixen is just really a female Panther. If she makes a movie and it's Jada Pinkett Smith playing her, are you guys going to rush out and go see it? I'm not telling you not to go see it. What I'm saying is support each other's businesses as much as you're supporting these movies.
So, as we talk about support, let's move on to sales. You know, last week we left you with one or two good examples about why you should not be afraid and should not duck sales, because you're always in the sales business in your life, in many areas of your life. And the last example we left you with is talk about Sean Puffy Combs and how he sold himself to Andre Harrell to show him by working for free that he was worthy of being a mover and shaker in the music industry.
Now, let me tell you, I know that when we started the show, we talked about some things. And I was just talking about Panther. But how that ties in, it's marketing. This is a show about marketing, okay?
Yes.
If you are in marketing, marketing is a cousin of sales.
Yes.
It's related to sales, okay?
Yes.
And so what they did with Panther and Girls Trip and Hidden Figures, they did some great marketing.
Yes, they did.
Because whether it was subliminal or whether it was out in front, they created in us that we absolutely have to see it. My daughter wants me to take her to see Panther, okay? I took my oldest son, my baby girl wants me to take her to see Panther. I simply asked her, why? Okay? I just asked her, why? Because my friends are talking about it and blah, 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 blah. Okay. But I wanted her to actually think about, why are you going to see it? So now let's talk about sales.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted you guys last week to stop ducking sales, because we want you to understand, not only are you always being sold, but you are in sales.
Yes, you are.
No matter what your profession is, you got your job because you sold yourself.
Correct.
You keep your job every day, every hour, every week, every month, because you keep
selling yourself.
Okay. You are in sales. You keep your wife because over and over each Valentine's Day, you're reselling yourself. Every birthday, you're reselling yourself. Every wedding anniversary, you're reselling yourself. Every time you take out the garbage, you're reselling yourself. Every time you're there when she is sick, you're reselling yourself. You're reselling your value. So when she goes to your mother-in-law and your mother-in-law says, I don't like him because he's got a big mouth. Let me tell you something. When my appendix ruptured, who carried me into the emergency room? He did. You're reselling yourself. Every time your one of your children talk back and your wife goes back and says, that's your father, and if it wasn't for him and I, you wouldn't have this beautiful room that I'm telling you you're going to stay in until you're 50. For the way you talk to us, that's reselling the value. Every time you give your children advice, Lady J, that is selling. You're selling an idea.
Well, you're also selling the fact that this is why I'm mom and this is why you're dad.
This is why you should listen to me. You're a parent. You are selling
yourself. You're selling your wisdom. You're selling your
philosophy.
Your philosophy, your authority. You're selling all that to your child.
So you never stop selling until you can't talk anymore. You lose your mind. You're selling anytime somebody decides to network with you and exchange business cards or invite you over to a cookout. It's because you've sold yourself as trustworthy. You've sold yourself as someone they're interested in. Ladies, when your neckline on your shirt goes down to here, you're selling yourself. Now, I didn't say you selling, selling. I ain't say you selling. And I'm not telling you it's okay to sell it like that. What I'm saying.
What you saying?
What I'm saying.
What you saying?
Is you are selling your attractiveness, or at least you're attempting to.
So what about when we smile and wink at you?
That's selling something. I'm not saying you selling yourself in the Lady J way. That's not what I mean.
In the what way?
What I mean is, not the Lady J freaky way of selling yourself. You're selling yourself as, hey, I'm available.
Wait. What do you mean the Lady J freaky way?
It's not a Lady J freak fest. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you're still selling yourself as somebody that's a worthy catch.
But how do you put Lady J and freak in the same sentence?
Lady J and freak belongs in the same sentence. Look it up in Webster's Dictionary.
And how do you know that?
Because Webster's Dictionary said so.
Webster's Dictionary
And I was at the Players Ball last year, and the award that you got for Freak of the Year says so.
The Players Ball? I don't even know what that is.
You are the what? What's this, your third time winning the award? So how do you not know what it is?
Because I don't know what it is.
Well, then,
I know what the Party Palace
There's
is.
2 awards named after you there, and you don't know what it is. That makes absolutely no sense.
But see, I only
That's like Bill Clinton saying, I don't know who Monica Lewinsky is. Come on now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I know about the Party Palace. I know about the Go-Go Club. But I don't know about the Players Ball.
I don't even know about the Go-Go Club because I don't be doing that kind of stuff. The only where I go is like the library, the church.
The who?
Stuff like that.
The where?
The church.
The who?
The church.
Can you say church?
No, I go to church.
No, you go to church.
No, you go to church. And you go where they say, hello, Lord, thank you. We want to say thank you, Jesus. Oh, I go where they say, thank you.
Oh, Lord.
I go to church. Where they go, hallelujah. You go where they say, hallelujah, Lord. Thank you, O King. There's a difference between church and church. I go to church.
Anyway, so even a pastor is selling himself. Well, not
pastors
not
definitely selling. They selling you a bunch of.
Hey.
Beep. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Excuse me.
Beep. But go ahead, finish what you were saying, Lady J. Pastors definitely, not all of them. There's some good pastors out there, but a lot of pastors are selling you some. Beep.
Hey.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hey, okay, let's try this again. Pastors, the goal, the truth goal, the honest goal
is to pass around the offering plate so the pastor can get a brand new Cadillac every year. Can I get a witness? Brother Galen, pass the collection plate around.
Hey. Look, the goal for a pastor, if they're supposed to, if they're being honest, is to sell the good word, not the good crap.
To sell the good word? See, you just said it right there. To sell the good word.
Right, but not take the good
word. Why I can't get the good word for free? I can go to a motel room, not that I ever been in one, and open up the nightstand and there's a Bible in it. It's free. So why they got to sell the good word?
We're not selling as you think selling. Getting you to buy into the idea of, just like you selling yourself at a job interview.
Correct. And all jokes put aside, you're right. Lady J is absolutely right. I'm just giving her a hard time on purpose. If I'm a Baptist preacher, I'm selling you on being a Baptist. I'm selling you on the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Wait.
And if I'm an atheist, I'm selling you on the non-existence of those ideas. If I'm a NASA scientist and I'm selling you on there's the possibility of life on the moon, I'm selling you that there might be structures on Mars. I'm selling you on the possibility the Andromeda galaxy is where the Anunnaki came from. I'm selling you something.
So when you were an usher in church, you sold the idea that they should sit here.
That's
they should sit there.
Yeah, I guess so. On the smaller end,
or you could say you sold them on welcome to God's holy house.
There you go. Yeah, I was trying to sell them that, especially the people that weren't members. I was trying to sell them on this is a place that you should not only visit, but this is where you should stay. And so, what Lady J and I are saying is that no matter what you do in life, you're in sales. So if you're going to be in sales, you might as well get good at it.
Good at it. And so how do you get good at it? One way is you can't be afraid of rejection. And rejection is something that happens across all facets of life, especially if for example, if you can get turned down for a job, you can get turned down for a date.
And you know what? A lot of you women, now I'm talking to the women.
No.
Men,
that's a whole nother hour worth of a show.
Man, I want you to click on ESPN for just a minute.
No.
I'm talking to women. This is just great, and we got another show for you ladies. But ladies, a lot of you ladies, every time I hear a woman say that, I don't chase after men. I don't ask men out. They supposed to ask me out. You know why you say that? Because you are scared of rejection. You're a coward. You expect men to always ask you out, and it's okay for us to get rejected, but you cowardly women are too afraid to walk up to a man and say, hey, I like you. Let's get to know each other.
But then you get mad.
But you sell yourself. Your skirt is way up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Your cleavage is out to here. You ain't wearing no bra. Your hair is not your hair. It either came off a horse or some Asian lady grew it off of her head. A couple of continents away.
And you may not be wearing panties either.
Yeah, that too. Not to be as graphic as Lady J, but the point is, you're selling yourself. And if you are going to sell the fact that you are worthy to be married, the fact that you are worthy to get a raise, that you're worthy to be hired, that you're worthy of a loan, you need to get good at it. How you gonna be a cowboy in the West and you ain't got a darn gun? You got to practice shooting it. You don't just become Billy the Kid or Annie Oakley overnight. You got to practice.
You got to practice. And so in that, you got to practice. And you practice that way in just having daily conversations.
Let me tell you something that's funny, okay?
Okay.
Guys in college would always ask me, Drew, how you so comfortable talking to girls? I'm scared of talking to girls. How do you do it? You know what I used to tell them? I'm serious and I'm going to offend a lot of people, so what? I say, start talking to ugly chicks. And seriously, practice on the ugly chicks.
On the ugly chicks?
You don't care if you mess up with the ugly chicks. You're just practicing. Practice on the ugly chicks.
So,
and I honestly, and this was insensitive, but I'm just giving you, I was a knucklehead to a degree. I said
you
practice.
Still are, maybe?
I said practice on the ugly chicks and the fat girls. That's what I said.
Wait.
I said that.
I hear that. So that means you still are a knucklehead.
But hold on. Guess what it taught them? They got more and more confident, and as they got more and more confident, they started chasing after the prettier girls.
So that means,
and then they got so confident that women started chasing after them.
So that means
practice.
So that means even us women need to start talking to all the ugly men.
What it means is that you were right about what you said about rejection.
Yes.
And so you're not gonna get good in sales until you embrace rejection.
Correct.
In judo, the first thing they did was throw us. Mm-hmm. They threw us, and they taught us how to take a punch and block a punch before they taught us how to strike. You can't be afraid to get hit if you're gonna compete in martial arts. So it's just a part of boxing. You can't be afraid to get hit in football, or you're gonna keep dropping the ball as a receiver. So in sales, you can't be afraid of rejection. What's the next thing you think they should do?
And in that, and when you can't be afraid of rejection, but you also got to know how to have a good comeback when you are rejected. You always got to have different reasons why what you are think is a value is a value. You got to know what you're selling. If you got to know yourself.
She's saying rebuttal.
Yes, thank you. That's the word. Thank you. So, for example, if you're in an interview, when they ask you a question, you got to be able to list all the reasons why you are that good of a candidate for this job. Just like even on a date, you got to explain why you are that good of being somebody's wife.
Correct. Why should she choose you over the captain of the football team?
Correct.
Why should she choose you over Richard, who got his master's degree and you dropped out in the 10th grade?
Correct.
Why should she choose you when you are the head fry cook and he owns 3 auto body shops? You know?
Correct.
So you're trying to... You need to be able to come up with rebuttals. So once you overcome rejection, like Lady J said, you need to be quick-witted. You need to have a rebuttal.
Yes.
Those of you who have nonprofit, you're in sales. Guess what? I'm going to be honest with you. When you're in a nonprofit, you know what? You're a professional beggar. I'm not trying to offend you. If you get offended, so what? But you are a professional beggar. You ask for money all the time. That's what you do. So you may as well get good at grant writing. You may as well get good at asking for funding. That is sales, Lady J.
That is sales, and so even with that, once you got the rebuttal, then you got to be able to, once you rebuttal it down, your rebuttal got to be good enough that you got to have a nice closing too.
Oh yeah, you gotta be able to close. That's a part of sale. Let me tell you, the sale's not complete until you close the deal.
The deal, and that can be anything from how you end your interview on a job, how you end the night on a date.
Yep.
How you even end a discussion with your children so they know that mom and dad is serious.
When I was in college, I was the closer, baby, okay? So
you were the closer?
Let me tell you something. By the time the girl got to my house, okay, the incense was burning. If it wasn't incense, I already had stuff made on the stove. I did my research. I knew what it was that she liked. Because I paid attention when she didn't know that I was paying attention. I had Teddy Pendergrass. Okay. There's a difference between Stevie Wonder and Teddy. Stevie, you cool, but Teddy says everything you need to know. When Teddy says, come on and go with me, you know what I'm saying? Come on over to my place. You know what I'm saying? Teddy does.
Do you hear me being mesmerized over here by his sales pitch?
Hey, listen. What's that song where Teddy go, turn them off, turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights, yes.
Turn them off. Teddy does it for you. The sales pitch, I was the closer.
You were the closer.
I was the closer. So whatever it was that I was after, for the most part, I got, and that's what you have to be.
So that means you didn't close the legs; you kept the legs open.
Okay, come on now. I ain't being all that graphic. Even I'm not that bad.
You're not that bad.
What I'm saying is, Lady J, shame on you, Lord, Hammer. And we was talking about church earlier, and you talking like that. Have mercy, heathen. Anyway. You have to be able to close. You're going to be selling. You're always going to be selling the value of you or the value of your brand. The value of why a college should accept you.
Correct.
The value of why you should make the cheerleading squad.
Oh, yes.
The value of why you should be captain of the debate team. The value of why... Okay, your girlfriend wants to see one movie, you want to see another. You're trying to sell why you should go see your movie.
And she's trying to sell why you should go see her movie.
You're always selling, so you're an idiot not to get better at it. Stop ducking sales. You're selling anyway. And we put on our New Money Show Twitter. It's a New Money Show TTR is our Twitter. There was a couple of pictures we put up, and one of them talked about if you don't pursue your dream, somebody's going to hire you to do theirs. So while you're working your job, what you're doing is you're paying for your boss's golf lessons. You're paying for your boss's son's private school. You're paying for that honeymoon that your boss went on. You're paying for your boss's mistress's flowers. You're paying for that stuff. But when you pursue your dreams, Lady J, it's a whole nother story. every time you're on that job, you're selling your boss's dream. So why not get
Sell
better at
yourself.
sales and sell your
Own dream. So wait a minute. Your boss has a mistress?
I'm not saying my boss has a mistress. Okay? Stop putting Galen out there like that. That's not what I'm saying.
Wait, who said I'm talking about Galen?
Okay. But you said the boss.
Well, the boss could be anybody. It's not Galen.
But and I thought you were the boss. So,
well, I am the boss.
Okay, so do you have a mistress?
No, I don't.
Okay then. So the point is, guys, stop. It's silly to duck sales.
Oh yeah, it's very
sales
silly.
That's like ducking water. I hate people who say I don't like water. Isn't 75% or 80% of your body made of water? Why are you ducking water, dummy? I don't like air. I hate oxygen. What do you mean you hate oxygen?
What are you breathing?
If you gotta breathe it, you might as well get the best oxygen that you can get. So if you have to sell, you might as well be the best salesman that you can be.
Correct.
So you know, Lady J, that's why we had to do a second segment on stop ducking sales, guys. You're in sales for the rest of your life. You're selling something right now. I'm trying to sell you on trying to keep subscribing to this show. Go to our Facebook page on Talktainment. Our Facebook page, all you got to do if you type up Talktainment in Facebook, we're the only ones that's going to come up in the search results.
You go to facebook.com//Talktainment,
or you can easily just go to TalktainmentRadio.com and then go to programs, okay, and then go to Friday, okay, and then click on New Money Show, and then here we go. So right now, I'm trying to sell you on coming back and listening to
the New Money Show.
We're in sales.
Yes, we're in marketing and sales.
Yeah, and so
but the marketing comes first.
But the marketing comes first. But we are in sales. Talktainment. We want you guys to know that we have something for everybody. So the page is up there. It's sales. You might as well get good at it. Tyler Perry is in sales.
Yes,
Oprah is in sales. Jay-Z and Beyonce
are
in sales. Taraji P. Henson.
She's in sales.
She's in sales. And guess what? Your goddamn politicians with they no good behinds are in sales. It's just not, you don't need to watch out just for your used car salesman. Everybody, the girl with Girl Scout cookies is in sales.
She wants you to buy some Thin Mints and some lemon cookies from her.
That's a sale.
She wants you to support the activity that the Girl Scout does across the country.
That's a sale.
She wants to be able to go to Disney World for free, so she's trying to sell over 500 boxes.
Thank you. So, you know, or trying to win the bicycle if she gets the consolation prize. So
correct.
That's sales. And speaking of Disney, they want you to pay for that expensive behind trip down there. Correct. So it's sales. Every time you turn on a commercial, it's sales. If you are not in sales, then you are an idiot because you are a worker bee. You'll never be Queen Bee. And I ain't talking about Lil' Kim.
And I definitely want to be Queen Bee, and I'm not talking about like Little Kim.
Exactly. So you have to be in sales or you will forever be a worker bee that never owns anything. And if you don't own anything, you have no power. And I'm going to say this so before we run out of time. Dr. Claude Anderson. It's Black History Month. But I'm not going to go in history. I'm going to talk to you about two men that are making history right now. And that's Claude Anderson. And he's the only guy I've seen spell Claude without an E at the end. Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm going to recommend 2 books in this order. I guarantee you those books will change your life. If they don't, tweet me and call me a liar. Number 1, Black Labor, White Wealth. Okay? And I don't care if you're black, white, purple, or green, or yellow. Okay? Read it.
Black Labor, White Wealth.
Secondly, in this exact order, read Powernomics.
Powernomics.
Both by Claude Anderson.
And I'll tell you, as a daughter of a man who's read both, they are very good reads. You'll learn a lot. Check out Dr. Voice Watkins as well in any of his writings.
Those are our parting shots. Take us home, Lady J.
It's a New Money Show. Till next time, here on TalkTainmentRadio.com. Radio, the way it should be heard.
And stop ducking sales.
You got the power. The world's greatest radio. Talktainment.